love that every time I hear it. War Toad is the name of that. A Peace Frog remix from Robby's latest solo album, Cinematics, available at RobbyKrieger.com. Check it out. Why don't you? We'll hit the phones again, then the band's going to play live. We head to the Metroplex, and Randy, you're on the air. Welcome to Rockline.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Randy.
All right, two quick questions.
Okay.
Billy Idol did a cover tune of L.A. Woman. What did you think about that? And out of all the bands that have covered your tunes that you know of, and which ones were your favorites?
Well, yeah, I kind of liked the Billy Idol version, L.A. Woman. It was, I don't know, I think he could have taken it out a little more, but actually my friend Arthur Barrow played bass on that, so I better not say nothing bad about it.
He sped it up a little bit, too, didn't he?
Yeah. But my favorite one, boy, well, you know, when I first heard Jose Feliciano do Light My Fire, I hated it, you know. I said, God damn, he ruined that song. He made it M-O-R, you know. But then the more I listened to it, the more I thought, hey, that was kind of cool, actually, you know. And then what happened was everybody started doing Light My Fire after he did it because it was more accessible, I guess, or something like that. So that was kind of cool. So I've gotten to like Light My Fire by Jose Feliciano.
You know, talking about L.A. Woman, Billy Idol's version, the version on Stoned Immaculate, the music of the Doors by Days of the New, is really good, and you got to play on that.
And, yeah, there are some pretty good cuts on that record, too, like the version of by Creed of Riders.
Riders on the Storm.
Neat.
Yeah, you played on that with him as well.
I did. I have to admit, I played on almost every cut on my own tribute album.
Nothing wrong with that, though, you know.
Yeah, it was really a lot of fun because get to meet all the newer bands, and what happened was we used all the bands that were like influenced by the Doors, you know, as well as some of the bands that influenced us in our day, like Bo Diddley and John Lee Hooker.
Creed was on the Monday Rockline a few weeks ago, and they still talk about doing Riders on the Storm with him.
Yeah.
I mean, it really meant a lot to them. Of course, they're huge Doors fans. And there are so many Doors tribute albums out there, unauthorized or whatever. There's Darken My Fire, a gothic tribute to the Doors, which I got a real kick out of listening to some of that. Opening the Doors, the blues tribute to the Doors, which I have to admit, and I don't mean to take a shot at anybody on this album, but I'm going to anyway. It sounds like really bad lounge music. I mean, some of it's like the cheesy trumpet and just brushes, and I don't know. It's just
Wow, who did that one?
I would have to look at the list. There's nobody that I really know, to be honest with you. And I thought this really isn't blues. It's not the kind of blues. This ain't 12 Bar I grew up on, you know.
Okay.
But there's so much stuff out there. Look for the authentic stuff. Okay. We're gonna head to Charleston, South Carolina, and listening to our affiliate in that city is David. David, welcome to Rockline.
Yeah, hey, Robbie.
Hey.
Will the full concert set of Woodstock and Isle of Wight be released on the Bright Midnight label?
Probably, yeah, at some point. Of Isle of Wight will, for sure. What was the other one you have?
The Woodstock.
Woodstock. Well, we didn't play at Woodstock, unfortunately.
I was going to say, I don't remember a performance.
I played at Woodstock with Creed. Is that what you're talking about? At Woodstock 2?
David, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Got off easy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, well, you know. It's probably maybe what he was referring to begin with here, you know.
Could be.
The Isle of Wight, I just want to mention this, just kind of an obscure thing. Radio is 100 years old today, and the first transmission was from the Isle of Wight back to the mainland of England.
Is that right?
Yeah, there was more than just than good concerts and stuff there. You played at Eric Burdon's 60th birthday earlier this year, too, didn't you?
Sure did. Yeah, that was nice. It was at a nice theater called the, what was that place called? The El Rey Theater. It's an old theater, and it turns out that my dad, when he was a kid, had worked there as a parking attendant. So that's an old theater.
Yeah, it's got good acoustics though.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
It's on Wilshire Boulevard here in Southern California.
Right. In fact, we played a gig later on there because I liked that place so much.
We have another caller, and this gentleman's name is Eric. Welcome to Rockline, Eric. How are you tonight?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing fine.
How you doing, Robby?
Is it Eric Burdon?
Yes, it is.
Hey.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad I didn't say nothing bad about your concert.
Good acoustics is enough.
That was a great show. It was great to see you guys playing together again with your old band, The Animal.
That was a lot of fun. I really had a great time.
Now, Eric, where are you located tonight, out of curiosity?
I'm up in Joshua Tree.
In Joshua Tree?
Street, California.
And how did you and Robby Krieger meet each other?
Prior to Robby working on the Doors movie, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, we met each
Yeah.
other back in the 60s, too, but when I first started playing with your band was, it was like the year before the movie, I think.
Yeah, but we were all too stuck up to know each other back then.
Too stuck up to know each other back
We
then.
just looked at each other either down 44 Magnums or over the edges of guitars going, who are these guys? What are they doing trying to ruin my life?
Well, you know, I always say that the Animals were our big influence, the Doors, because they, they had pretty much the same instrumentation as us, and we used to listen to them all the time.
Yeah, well, but you guys took it to, I mean, just to hear that, I don't know what it was, what the keyboard came up with, but it was from like another century, but fused with the music of the day,
Well, I mean, you guys did a similar thing with bringing the blues into rock and roll, which I think you guys were pretty much one of the first bands to do that.
Yeah, still got them.
Yeah,
I always loved the Animals, and Eric, been a big fan of yours. You were on Rockline in 1983 with Roger McGuinn and John Kay, and you guys did Jimmy Reed's "Baby What You Want Me to Do" live, and I'll remember that forever. It was just a great moment.
I got arrested right after.
You got arrested right after that? Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad.
No, it was that good.
There we go.
What did you get arrested for?
It was my one and only DUI.
Ah.
And I tried to explain to them that I'd just been in a recording studio having a great time with rock and roll greats, but
didn't work, huh?
they kept it in the folder until I actually applied for citizenship.
And it came back to haunt
Whipped it
you.
out on me and said, "What was all that about?"
Oh, my goodness. I was doing Rockline that night. Cut me some slack.
I thought you guys give out medals for that kind of thing in the U.S. of A. I'm an arrest.
Eric, thanks for calling in, and nice to hear from you. And you have to come join us on Rockline again sometime soon, okay?
Robby, see you Friday morning.
All right, man.
Eric Burdon
Good
from
to hear from
Joshua Tree. All right. Well, the cell phone sounds like he's from Mars or something. It's like way out there someplace. Why don't you guys play live? And you need to do anything, or are you ready to go here?
I think we're fairly
Ready to
ready.
go? All right, I'll give the phone number real quick. It's 1-800-344-ROCK. You can call and talk to Robby in just a moment. Robby and the band going to play live for you now on Rockline.
All right. I'll start her off with a little guitar.